Yo, what is good, people? Today we're back here for another video on the channel. So I'm sorry for today, but we're not gonna have a face cam. I'm really sorry, but it's still gonna be a banger, so don't you click off this video. Alright, enough yapping. Let's get straight onto it. You guys might know what I'm doing here. As you could see, I'm predicting the playoffs. It's a yearly tradition on this channel. We gotta predict the NFL playoffs. As you know, football's my favorite sport, American football. I love watching the NFL. My favorite team, obviously, Kansas City Chiefs. I know 99% of the population is going to hate me for this. I am not sorry. Fuck you guys. It's a joke. It's a joke. So I'm going to be predicting the playoffs here. As always, please leave a like and subscribe. It really helps me out a lot. And let's get on to it without no further ado. Let's start here with the Eagles-Packers game. Look. As much as I'd want to say there's gonna be a rough last year I predicted the playoffs 100% accuracy, right? So I told myself this year, look, last year I should have bet money and I would have won a lot of fucking money because I predicted 100% accuracy, right? All my predictions were right. So I'm just saying this time I ain't gonna put no money again because first time might have been luck, but honestly, if I predict 100% accuracy again, I might just be a genius. I might just be a wizard, and I might need to put everything I own next year. But let's just stick to predicting. So this is all my opinions. You can have different opinions, and that's fine. Because the beauty of this sport is we never know what's gonna happen. There's no guarantee. There's no this team's gonna win. Upsets can happen, and that's the best part of football, Alright, so I'm gonna start predicting here with the Eagles Packers. The Eagles, last year I said the Eagles were going to lose. They lost to the Buccaneers. I was right. But this year, man, the Eagles are looking so strong. The addition of Saquon Barkley is a massive, massive upgrade. I always liked Saquon Barkley. I always knew he was good. But god damn, you put him on a team that's not the Giants. Dude, he's probably the best running back in the league right now. By far. Derrick Henry's a close second, but dude, Saquon's different, man. That backwards hurdle, Saquon different, bro. Saquon's really, really different. So look, the Eagles have some, they lost Jason Kelsey, a key part to their offense. The guy carrying the tush push, but still, they're playing out of their mind. They're playing better than most people thought because the last season. So honestly, if I gotta give it to, but the Packers are also, they're a good team. They lost Jordan Love early in the season. He came back. They're a good team, but I just don't see them beating the Eagles. I gotta put the Eagles through, right? Now Buccaneers Commanders. Here it gets interesting because honestly, if you would have told me that Jaden Daniels would be arguably the best rookie quarterback of that draft class, I'd be like, that's not gonna happen. But it did. Jaden Daniels at the start of the season was playing out of his mind. The Commanders were almost number one in the whole NFL at the beginning of the season. A couple games in, and they were playing out of their mind. Everyone thought was impossible. Scary Terry was playing out of his mind. Jane Daniels was pulling off some stuff like you hadn't seen in a while, the Hail Mary to win the game at one point. Dude, the Commanders are a strong team. They kind of slowed down towards the end of the season. On the other hand, the Buccaneers are, look, the Buccaneers are the Buccaneers, Mike Evans, too many years to count. Consistent 1,000 yards receiving seasons, right? He's tied the record. Dude, the Buccaneers, Baker Mayfield's such a great quarterback. As honestly, you surround him with a good team like the Buccaneers did. He's an amazing quarterback. Dude, the Bucs are a good damn team, but the Commanders, they're so surprisingly good this year that Honestly, I don't know. This one's one of the hardest ones to pick because it's like it could go both ways. Like I wouldn't be mad if you said the Buccaneers won or the Commanders won because it could go both ways here. Uh, dude, the Commanders they even beat the Eagles. You know that's how. Oh no, wait, was it the Eagles they beat or the Ravens? Wait, why am I blanking? No, it's the Eagles they beat. Yeah, why am I blanking on that? It's the Eagles, right? Yeah, it is the Eagles. Like 36-33, right? Yeah, that was the Eagles. Yeah, dude, Commanders are a good team, but look, my gut's telling me the Bucks are gonna win. I want the Commanders to win, right? Because I actually really like Jane Daniels this year. I think he's what it's all about, you know. Like Jane Daniels, I really liked watching him play this year. Uh, but I gotta go with the Bucks. I think the Bucks are gonna win because the Bucks they're a freaking good team, you know. I had Vikings Rams here. Water break. I had Vikings Rams. The Vikings with Sam Darnold. Everyone expected JJ McCarthy is gonna start the year and hopefully be the quarterback to replace Kirk Cousins. You know, to be a great quarterback and lead them to the playoffs. That's Sam Darnold for you right there. That is freaking Sam Darnold, bro. Sam Darnold's played out of his mind, like MVP level playing. No one expected it, but also surround the quarterback with a good team and let the quarterback cook, and Sam Darnold's gonna come out of there, you know. It's one of those stories you love to see. You love to see a quarterback who was neglected all his career get one starting chance and proving all the haters wrong. You know, you love to see it for real. Uh, the Vikings defense is one of the best defense in the league. Like like on my fantasy team, I had the Vikings defense, and pretty much the whole year they were rated number one fantasy defense. So you know, their defense is playing out of their minds on fantasy and just in real life. One of the best defense this year. But on the other hand, the Rams, Cooper Cup, Puka Nacua, Williams, Matthew Stafford is still a great quarterback. Like, like they're a good team and they have home field advantage. We still need to take home field advantage into consideration. They have home field advantage. So earlier in the season, the Vikings played the Rams and lost 30-20. So we got to keep in mind the Rams have already beat the Vikings this year. So that's something to keep in mind. Uh, Look, all of that taking also into consideration that the Vikings were one win away from having the number one seed over the Lions, and Sam Darnold's playing out of his mind. Even though the Rams are a hell of a good team, I'm gonna have to give it to the Vikings here, which would make it a Lions Vikings rematch, which I want to see that really badly. All right, now if we go to the AFC side of things, let's start with Bills Broncos. Look, I'm gonna save you all some time. Bills are winning this. Honestly, the Broncos have a chance. Bo Nix played over expectations. He's really played well. Second half of the season really took the team around to give them a chance at the playoffs. Obviously, they're one chance that they all pretty much the only reason they're in the playoffs is because they played a Chiefs team that had pretty much no starters on. So they won 38-0. But, you know, the game's the game at the end of the day. They made it fair and square into the playoffs, and honestly, they do deserve to be in the playoffs. But I still put it on the Bills. You know, the Bills are playing out of their minds. Josh Allen MVP numbers. He's probably gonna win the MVP this year. He's playing very well. I hate the Bills, but you know what? Gotta give credit where credit is due. They're playing freaking good right now with no wide receivers as well, dude. Beginning of the season, they had no wide receivers. Stephon Diggs left, so everyone was saying the Bills are gonna be trash this year. Number two seed, one of the best teams in the NFL right now. You know what? That's just what the Bills do, you know. Now, if we go to Steelers Ravens, I just want to say one thing before I predict this. The fucking Steelers, man. How do they always make it into the fucking playoffs, dude? What is it, like the fucking 50th year in a row they've made it to the playoffs? It doesn't make sense. Every year, Steelers are in the playoffs. Like how? And they have Russell Wilson as a quarterback as well. Like, how? But yeah, the Ravens are gonna win. Like, let's be honest here. The Ravens are winning. Like, the Ravens have won. Obviously. Like, Derrick Henry running back of crazy, you know? Like you again, Saquon Barkley was with the Giants. He was one of the best running backs, but he wasn't doing that good of numbers because he had the Giants O-line. He was playing with the Giants. Same with Derrick Henry, one of the best running backs when he was playing with the Titans, but you know, he didn't have a great O-line, he didn't have a great team to surround him. Put him on the Ravens, he's a fucking monster. Put Saquon with the Eagles. Saquon's a freaking monster. Like, where did that come from? I don't know, but they're both playing out of their minds, like record-breaking seasons almost. So yeah, they're both crazy running backs. Honestly, the Ravens, Lamar and Derrick Henry rushing together. Good luck for the Steelers to stop that. Steelers have one of the best defenses on paper, but like, dude, the Ravens gonna demolish them most likely. You know, the Ravens have just been playing so good. So yeah. Now Texans Chargers. Who do I give it to here? On one hand, the Texans have been playing horrible lately. They've quite fallen off a bit. You know, CJ Stroud hasn't been playing to what he was playing last year. The whole team, you know, they added Joe Mixon, Stephon Diggs. People were like, that's a Super Bowl team right here. And they've just not been living up to the expectation, you know. They haven't been playing. Yes, they're the fourth seed. They won their division, but like, they haven't been playing that good, you know. On the other hand, the Chargers have been playing incredibly well. Ladd McConkey has been playing second half of the season, playing insane. You know, like the Chargers have been playing insanely well. And I don't think they're going to be slowing down versus the Texans. I'm giving it the Chargers here. Alright, back to the NFC here. Eagles, Buccaneers. Buccaneers are a good team, but I think the Eagles are making it to the conference championship here. And like Lions, Vikings, right? The Lions, 2 weeks of break. Stars resting, you know. I mean, no, like the whole team is getting one, because Stars didn't rest because the last game was, I scratched that. The Lions have got 1 extra week of prep, of rest, and the Vikings are going to be coming off of a most definitely hard game versus the Rams because they're a good opponent. And the Lions beat them once to clinch the number 1 seed. I'm giving it to the Lions here. The Vikings, what an incredible run they're gonna have. They've had, and they're gonna have beating the Rams probably, but according to my predictions. But I think the Lions Eagles conference championship. I think that's what's gonna happen here, and it's kind of boring putting number 1, number 2 seed in the conference championship. But honestly, this year I genuinely think, even on this side, it might be that, you know. I think it's gonna be that. And, you know, that might not happen, but honestly, if I had to put money on this, I think it's going to be Lions versus Eagles conference championship, because Eagles and Lions are the 2 best teams here. They've shown it day in and day out during this season. That's why they're number 1, number 2 seed. They've dominated almost every team they've played, so I genuinely think it's going to be them 2. Now, on to the AFC side of things here. Chiefs, Chargers. Look, hate on all you want. The Chiefs say they're lucky to have number 1 seed. All they've done is pay the refs and have won by like a field goal or a touchdown or a blocked field goal or a fumble every game. You might be right. Paying the refs, you're not right, but the rest you're right. They've gone out of some stuff with maybe a bit of talent, a bit of luck, mix of both, you know. But the Chiefs are still the Chiefs, man. Playoff Mahomes, Kelsey, and playoff Kelsey. Honestly, they're terrifying monsters to play against. Cause I'm telling, like last year, the team was playing horrible. Like the Chiefs were playing horrible. They still made it into the playoffs, and well, they won the Super Bowl and playoff Mahomes and playoff Kelsey. Well, yeah, they came to play. I think they're gonna come to play. They're gonna they're gonna have like two. They've had two. They're gonna have had 2 full weeks of rest for all the starters. The Chiefs are just the Chiefs, and they're an incredible team. I think they're gonna beat the Chargers. Like the Chargers are a good team. They've been playing out of their mind, but the Chiefs are just the Chiefs, you know. Now Ravens Bills here. This is probably gonna be one of the hardest games to predict here. It's the Bills versus the Ravens. The Bills, very good team, but the Ravens are also a very good team. The Ravens have the advantage on the rushing side of things. Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, like they've got an advantage here. But the Bills are such a good team. Both the teams have played phenomenal this year, but if I have to give it to one or the other, I think I'm gonna give it Ravens or Bills. I don't know, because my gut wants to tell me the Bills, right? But Derrick Henry, the Ravens, they're gonna be rushing in. I'm gonna give it to Josh Allen here. Yeah, I think it's gonna be one of the cases of 1 and 2 seed on one side, 1 and 2 seed on the other. Now back to NFC. The Lions are so hot this season. Like they've been playing so good. 15-2 season. Like the Lions have been playing so good this season. 15-2 season. They're actually so hot this year. Like they keep on winning and winning and winning. They're playing out of their minds. But the Eagles are also playing out of their minds. Honestly, I think it's gonna be like a little, because everyone's expecting Lions. They've got home field advantage. I think it's gonna be an upset. I think it's gonna be the Eagles winning or the Lions. I don't know. This one's also a very tough one to predict. Oh, Lions or Eagles? Lions or Eagles? Yeah, I think it's gonna be the Eagles. Honestly, I really think it's gonna be the Eagles here. Like I want to say Lions, but nah, I think it's gonna be the Eagles. Same thing here. Very tough game to predict. They're both incredible teams. All these four teams are incredible. Uh, Also here it could go either way. Could go either way. Could go either way. But the Chiefs' defense is probably the best in the league. Patrick Mahomes is one of the best quarterbacks ever at this point. When he plays to his full potential, best quarterback in the league by far. Josh Allen's also a great quarterback, don't get me wrong, but I'll give it to the Chiefs here. And Super Bowl, who's winning? Look, the Cinderella story, Chiefs three-peat. I think it's happening. I think the Chiefs are winning here. I said this last year. And they fucking won last year, so you know what? It's gonna happen again. Alright, peace.